So I'm guessing by now everybody is definitely feeling the pressure of this pandemic and what the governments and everybody are imposing upon people. So whether it's at the grocery store, the gas pumps, or at your workplace, whatever the issue may be, 90% of the source of our problems right now happen to be these mandates and everything like that. And as I've said before, there's no point in dodging these problems because we just got to push through it. It's literally the only thing that we can do now. So, you know, their system is crashing, but the goal was never for it to succeed. It was for you to go down with the implosion. Groceries aren't going to go back down. Gas isn't going to come back down to an affordable rate. Our dollar is not going to gain value, and our job sector is going to fall apart. What we need to do is we need to leave that structure and system behind. It's broken. We can't fix that. We can only just focus on what we can do in the future. Don't bother watching the guy in the review mirror. There's nothing you can do about him. Just focus on your drive. So vaccines and other mandates. So this is actually probably the simplest part of anything for people to understand. The federal government does not have the legal framework to mandate these mandates or to enforce the mandates, nor does the provincial government, nor does the municipal government. They pass it along. Who it falls on, who has the right to enforce these mandates, are private business owners and private property owners. Those are the people that can enforce the mandate, therefore leaving the private business owners and the private property owners responsible for any discrimination that may happen, and none of it falls on the government because the government could mandate it to begin with. So next problems associated with that is our politicians. So you've got our politicians wasting their time in Parliament when they could be bringing relevant issues on how we fix our country. So instead, what they're electing to do is to yell at each other to mandate the vaccine or mandate this or do that or whatever. It's all a giant distraction, but you're paying for that giant distraction. You're paying with it through your groceries. You're paying with it through your day-to-day expenses. You are indeed paying for it in every single manner you could believe. You are paying for it. You know, when you see Trudeau on his campaign having to hire buses to decoy, and the police that are actually protecting those buses, again, that's all your money. Our country is literally trillions into debt, multiple trillions by now into debt. We can't regain that. That's not a debt that you can come back from as a country. You know, in fact, it's usually a debt that the governments end up trying to cover up through horrible acts one way or another. So that's another thing. But nonetheless, what we need to do is we need to focus on our drive. We ain't got to watch the people behind us or their civilization falling apart, because that's not going to benefit your children. What's going to benefit your children is getting together with your communities and figuring it out, because we don't need them to survive. But if we focus on trying to survive with them, then that's when we're really going to drown, because it is like quicksand. Okay, guys, so that's all I really have to say for today. And stay out of the quicksand, and just remember, it's really simple. None of our governments have the legal framework to enforce these mandates, hence why they pass it down to the private owners, okay?